Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your. There is a problem between coach Steve Kerr and player Jonathan Kuminga, because Kuminga has star potential and is unable to establish himself. It is clear that coach Steve Kerr does not trust the player. It was reported that Jonathan Kuminga may even be left out of the rotation in the playoffs, due to a lack of chemistry with Jimmy Butler. Given this situation that has lasted for several years, Jonathan Kuminga has made the decision to leave the Warriors, and one of the favorites to sign the player is the New Orleans Pelicans. A bombshell announced, Steve Kerr may eliminate Kuminga from the rotation in the playoffs. It has become clear that, in the time since Jonathan Kuminga returned from the ankle injury he suffered in January, coach Steve Kerr has become less and less confident that Kuminga still fits with his team. After all, when Kuminga went down originally, the Warriors still had Andrew Wiggins. The Dubs traded him away for Jimmy Butler ahead of the trade deadline, and the team has caught fire since. The Warriors are 23-6 when Butler plays. But Kerr has noted, repeatedly, that it is difficult to get Kuminga, who is not a shooter, into a lineup that also includes Draymond Green and Butler, neither of whom is a shooter, either. So Kuminga has been the odd man out, and his numbers have shown it. Before Butler was acquired at the trade deadline, Kuminga was averaging 16.8 points on 45.9% shooting, 34.5% from the three-point line in 26.0 minutes. Since then, he is averaging 12.2 points on 44.1% shooting, and 17.1% shooting from the arc in 20.8 minutes. What's more, once the playoffs get rolling, team insider Anthony Slater of The Athletic says that we can actually expect to see less of Kuminga. The stuff Kerr is talking about with the choppiness of the offense, the need to pass more, he mentioned it the last few weeks, it seemed a little subliminal at Kuminga, Slater said on the Warriors Plus Minus podcast. I think, and we know Kerr, we know his ethos, there's stuff coming up that this team doesn't do but in their current form, as Steve Kerr continues to talk about various lineup combinations. I don't think it's heading toward more Kuminga at this point. We'll see. Maybe a particular playoff matchup or a particular playoff deficit when they're down may lead to more of that. But the head coach doesn't sound like that's on the way right now. The Warriors' playoff seeding will be decided on Sunday afternoon, when they'll need to defeat the LA Clippers to cinch up the number 6 seed in the West and avoid the play-in tournament. The Golden State Warriors' blockbuster February 5 trade for Jimmy Butler appeased four-time NBA champion point guard Stephen Curry. However, the groundbreaking deal has negatively affected Jonathan Kuminga, the franchise's talented forward, who missed an extended period due to a significant ankle injury. In the offseason, Kuminga could leave Golden State for the New Orleans Pelicans and develop alongside Zion Williamson. Before going down on January 4, Kuminga played at an all-star caliber level. The electric downhill attacker, explosive vertical athlete, and on-balance pull-up jump shooter averaged 21.0 points and 6.3 rebounds per game in December, shooting 46.4% from the field and 35.4% from downtown. With Butler landing with the Dubs and Kuminga finally recovering from his frustrating setback, Kuminga has struggled to find his groove offensively. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr recently admitted that the fourth-year contributor's fit with the franchise isn't ideal entering the postseason. Every game is different, and I think Jimmy's arrival took away a lot of Jonathan's minutes at the 4, Kerr said on 95.7 The Game Thursday. There's no doubt that as soon as Jimmy arrived and we started winning, we leaned into lineup combinations that enhanced Jimmy because we were winning. Jonathan was out for that whole stretch, we went like 17-3 or something, so we're gonna keep doing what's been winning. But the lineup with Jimmy, Jonathan, and Draymond Green doesn't fit real well. Frankly, we need more spacing. We found other lineups that have clicked, and that's just part of the deal being in the NBA. You've got to adapt to whatever's happening with the team. Jonathan's done a great job of that. He's working hard, he's playing well when he's out there. I'm just going with the lineup combinations that I think are going to give us the best chance to win. Kuminga is a prime sign-and-trade candidate this season, so if this trend continues, the 22-year-old pro could be on the move with the right offer. The Pelicans' injury-riddled 2024-25 campaign is as forgettable as it gets. New Orleans should be prepared to make organization-bolstering summer moves with free agency looming. Relinquishing Herbert Jones, a high IQ, crafty defender with a serviceable offensive skill set, may allow the Pelicans to lure Kuminga away from the Bay in free agency. A high-upside young player with an NBA championship in Kuminga would help New Orleans remain optimistic about its promising future. The future All-Star will garner plenty of interest around the league once the offseason begins. Warriors one win away from amazing first-round playoff series. With just 1 day of regular season games left standing in the NBA calendar, the Golden State Warriors remain in control of their own destiny. With a home win against the Los Angeles Clippers on Sunday, the Warriors will secure their position as the 6th seed in the Western Conference playoffs. And if indeed the Warriors can take care of business against the Clippers, they'll be awarded the right to square off against the Lakers, who recently secured the 3rd seed, in the first round of the playoffs. While the Warriors have mostly been outmatched by the Lakers this season, dropping 3 of their 4 matchups, a lot has changed in recent months. Since the acquisition of Jimmy Butler, the Warriors have been on an absolute tear, touting a 23-7 record, and have understandably retaken their place among the league's elite. Of course, the same can be said about the Lakers, who have been playing better since acquiring Luka Doncic back in early February. The arrival of both Butler and Doncic, of course, just adds intrigue to a potential first-round matchup. While we were treated to one such Warriors-Lakers matchup since the acquisition of both stars, a full 7-game series would be something undeniably desirable to even the most modest of NBA fans. Simply put, the sheer star power on display from guys like LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Luka Doncic, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green and Austin Reeves would dwarf that of any other potential first-round series. Additionally, the history, storylines, and relationships that entwine both franchises make them familiar yet embittered foes. It's no surprise that the NBA's most widely viewed game of the 2024-2025 season was when the Warriors hosted the Lakers on Christmas Day, and taking that into consideration, it goes without saying that the appetite for this series would be immense. Both of these historic and prolific franchises have championship aspirations for this season, and rightfully so. With them potentially meeting in the first round of the playoffs, however, one franchise is more than likely going to have a rude awakening. Steve Kerr makes worrying statement before Warriors enter playoffs. The Golden State Warriors failed to capitalize on a significant opportunity to bolster their seeding when they fell to the San Antonio Spurs Wednesday night. Ironically, Harrison Barnes, the Warriors' former number 7 overall pick in the 2012 NBA draft, delivered the game-winning shot. At 48-33, the Warriors are the number 6 seed in a loaded Western Conference with just 1 game remaining. Although tied with the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Warriors hold the tiebreaker. The Warriors close out their season by hosting the Los Angeles Clippers Sunday afternoon. Steve Kerr sends worrying message. It remains to be seen as to which seed the Warriors will end up with, but they control their own destiny. A win against the Clippers guarantees them a top 6 spot in the West. Perhaps more importantly, they would get to avoid the NBA play-in tournament. However, Steve Kerr doesn't believe the team is playing its best basketball right now. That's concerning, as the NBA playoffs are roughly a week away, less if the Warriors indeed have to play in the play-in tournament. We have to pass the ball better. We have to space better, Kerr said following their win over the Portland Trail Blazers. We have to develop a rhythm. We were in a better place, I think, a few weeks ago. We were playing with more rhythm, more flow, and two-way connection, and we have to get back to that. The last couple of weeks have been a little choppy. Kerr was asked if those factors have caused him to worry with the playoffs rapidly approaching. It's my job to worry about that, Kerr said with a smile. I have to address that, and hopefully we can find that rhythm on Sunday, take care of business, and then it will be great to actually practice for a few days. It's a rare occurrence that anybody gets to practice anymore, and we need some. The season has been a roller coaster ride for the Warriors this season. They got out to an incredibly strong start and were the number 1 seed through the first month, but fell as far as the number 12 seed. The trade for Jimmy Butler revitalized the team and they quickly ascended up the West standings. While the Warriors aren't in danger of missing the playoffs altogether, the last thing a team with this many veterans on at once is to have to play extra games like the play-in.